Pokemon Gym Leaders are one of the most recognizable features in any Pokemon game. And today, I'm going to go through and rank them. So, in this video, we're only going to be covering the first half of them. So that's going to be, I believe I'm doing from Kanto all the way through Unova. And then I'm going to do a part 2 next week where I post Kalos through... I don't know if I'm going to be able to include ZA or not, even though there's not traditional gym leaders. Speaking of, in this video, I'm also going to be including the Pearl Clan Wardens, the Diamond Clan Wardens, and then I'm also going to be including Trial Captains. So it's just going to be gym leaders or gym leader adjacent type people. So no Elite Four members and no champions unless they are a gym leader at some point. And then, yeah. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoy. And with that, let's get started. Alright, you guys. So we have our 5 different categories. Since there are going to be a lot of different people in this tier list, don't know why I'm getting my hands involved. Since there are going to be a lot of different characters involved in this, I decided that I'm not going to be doing the best and the worst category like I have been doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have Brock, the Pewter City Rock type gym leader. Now, I love Brock personally, so I'm going to put him up in great. I don't think he's amazing. I think that his gym is definitely way too easy. But I think we're going to have that play in with a lot of the first gym leaders. I did say a lot, not all of them. So, yeah, I think overall he's great. I think the anime definitely added some love for this character. I wish he wasn't so girl crazy like Yandere in reverse, but hey. Next we have Misty. I definitely like Misty. I'm going to put Misty up in amazing. I love Misty. I think I'm partial to the water type as a whole, but overall I just think that she's very interesting. I like her dynamic. The anime did really well with her as well, with the Ash love and all of that. Lieutenant Surge. Put him up in great too, mainly just because I really like the lore implications of him. The fact that he was a part of a war, and we don't have a ton of information on that, and it started numerous different theories about there being a great Pokemon war, yada yada yada. But yeah, overall I think he's a great character. I like his design. He's very blonde. No, he's just a very interesting character too. I like in the manga that Koga and Sabrina are part of Team Rocket. Just very interesting lore for this character. Erica. This is hard because I feel like a lot of them are going to end up in great good, especially with the Kanto ones, because they have a lot of nostalgia for the Kanto region. I like Erica a lot. I think I like her better than Brock, mainly just because there's a lot of like interesting lore about her. Like the fact that she is an archer. The fact that is it narcolepsy? Yeah, she's a narcoleptic. She falls asleep randomly, and they show this in the games and a ton of different places, and that's just really interesting. I also love the fact that they update her kimono in each game that she's in. But yeah, overall, she's a great character. Her team's not quite what I would want, but I mean, it's interesting because she had the 2 different aces for majority of the games, that being Victory Bell and Vileplume, and then in the later generations, they mainly switched it to just be Vileplume. So I think that the duality of that was very interesting for sure. Next we have Koga. Now I'm gonna put Koga and Janine in good. I think the vast amount of poison type Pokemon that are in the Kanto Pokemon that are in the Kanto region plays into the fact that Koga has never really had like a set team before. Like if you think about his team from the original games to the Pokemon Yellow, where he had 4 Venonats and a Venomoth. It's very interesting, but I don't think overall... I do like the fact that Koga was able to... I'll bump him up. I'll bump him up to the bottom of great. I'm probably going to have to rearrange this, though, because it's about to be hectic with the amount of different gym leaders that we have here. But yeah, overall, they're great. I think I like Janine better, though. I like her design a lot more, I think. But then Koga's also an Elite Four member. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Sabrina. I'll put her in amazing, mainly because she was stacked in the Generation 1 games, and it's strictly because the Psychic type was so OP. But yeah, overall, I think it's great that she was brought back in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, and she's an actress now. It's just, yeah, I think that she's a great character. I love her designs in all of her games. It's very interesting. And then I like the fact that her name's Sabrina. She was a teenage witch, you know. Next we have Blaine, obviously top of amazing because his name sounds like Lane. Just kidding. I do like him a lot though, with the lore implications of him being involved with the creation of Mewtwo at the Pokemon Mansion that was potentially his. I made an entire video about Dr. Fuji, Mr. Fuji. If you guys want to watch that, it's gonna be linked up in the corner. I don't know which corner, but one of them. But yeah, overall, I just think that Blaine was a very interesting character. Giovanni, he's great. Probably, I like Brock better. I think Giovanni's really good because he's got the duality of being like the cover. This was his cover for being the leader of Team Rocket. It's very interesting. I don't like that he has two different teams for it though. I feel like they definitely could have added in some more spice with it through storytelling elements that would have like led us to know, other than it just being like a big drop. I mean, he does have a Rhyhorn, a Nidoqueen, and a maybe they did do enough. I don't know. Next we have Blue. I love Blue. He's gonna go top of the amazing tier. I think that Blue, being the former champion and then coming back down to be a gym leader, super interesting. I like that from a storytelling aspect, and he's like the formal rival of the character in the Generation 2 games. Like just overall very, very good storytelling. Now, okay, Faulkner. This is a very, I might even put him in bad. I think until the rematches in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, he doesn't use a single Johto Pokemon, and that's pretty standard for a lot of them. A lot of the gym leaders in Johto, so I don't know if that's necessarily a point against him, but also his design is just not very interesting. Like, I mean, if you think about the other flying type gym leaders or whatever, like, think Winona, think Kahili, like, he's just wearing, like a kimono, which, I mean, I did give points to Erica for wearing a kimono, but like it's very bland. Like if you think about Erica's Heart Gold and Soul Silver one, like it's a gradient, there's like a design on it. I don't know. Overall, Faulkner's just not an amazing gym leader. I like in the manga that he does have the boomerang Pokeballs, which he makes off of a Skarmory wing, but I mean, he doesn't have that here. So next we have Bugsy. I love the Johto region. I think that this isn't Johto region slander at all. But I wish that Bugsy, maybe I should put him up in good, because despite him not having a Johto Pokemon, he does have a Scyther, and Scyther evolves in this generation, so I feel like that should be a point for him. Maybe. Also, his design is very interesting. The fact that there's lore also behind the fact that he keeps his Kakuna and Metapod at the middle stages is so that he can test the theory that they don't learn any new moves. So like there's lore behind him. He also invented the move, what was it? He invented the move Fury Cutter, which is very interesting. A lot of gym leaders don't have lore like that. Whitney is great. I'll put her above Brock. I think that overall Whitney was the challenge that you need at this point in the game. I mean, the level scaling and everything in Johto. The Johto region is a very hard game to play through. A very difficult region to play through overall. But I do think that with her Miltank, that was it's the challenge that you need at that point in the game to really push your metal, to make you understand like, hey, this is a game. Come on. Like get your head in the game. Come on. So at least what Whitney says. Now Morty. I love Morty. He is probably top 5 of my favorite Pokemon characters ever. The lore of him being like a psychic, like he can see the future. It's very interesting. I think that his design, first of all, design in the original Generation 2 games, horrible. Like he looks like he's a middle-aged dad, but then this design that he got in Heart Gold Soul Silver, amazing. I love it. I think the purples go very, very nicely with him. He's got the whole sleepy demeanor. I love Morty. I think he's a great character. I wish he used Pokemon other than the Gengar line, but I mean, that's not really his fault. That's more of a limitation by Generation 2 overall. Now, Chuck is good. He doesn't have a lot going on for him, though. He's a black belt, which I gotta respect, so I guess I'll put him above Bugsy for being a black belt, because if you didn't know, I'm a black belt too, so. But yeah, overall, his character's not super interesting. I like the fact that he's, in his, artwork, he's carrying a big set of weights. He's just very physically invested in himself. I don't know if that's the right way to word that, but yeah, he's fine. He's good. Jasmine, overall, I'll put her under Misty. I love the fact that they brought her back for several different generations. If you like, because she's in generation 2, she was in the Sinnoh region. She was technically in the Hoenn region if you look in the background of the contest hall. I think that the fact that she's a coordinator in the generation 4 games and the Sinnoh games is definitely more, it's interesting for her lore. I also like that in like the manga, she has to like, the steel type is new in the manga, don't dox me, the manga. So she has to go about hiding her Steelix. She disguises it as an Onyx. There's also lore that she was a rock type gym leader until the steel type was discovered. So that's pretty interesting too. There's a lot of lore with Jasmine and I like her. Price. He's going top of great. Top of great. Let me see if I can zoom out on this. Okay, I think that might help. Yeah, Price is gonna go top of great. That's because of the way that we interact with him specifically in the manga. Like, he is the spoilers if you haven't read the manga that's been out for over 20 years. He is the leader of Team Neo Rocket, and he is the Mask of Ice, and that is just so badass to me. Like, I love it. But he's also just an old guy, you know, like he's just an old guy. I love his generation 4 redesign. In generation 2 he just looks like an old guy. Now he's got kind of like this air of mystery to him. I just respect it. Claire, personally, I am probably gonna move these two down. I'm gonna move Koga and Janine down, but just so I can have some more diversity. But Claire overall, she's good. Yeah, I'll put her top of good. I don't like that she is a crybaby, and throughout the entire, like, after you beat her, she doesn't want to accept it. You gotta go to the dragon's den to find out, and it's just really over the top and annoying, and you know, I don't need it. I'm not here for it. I do like the not implications, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I like the storyline that she is Lance's either sister or cousin, and it's just very interesting because they're both like high-standing dragon type masters. It's just very cool. I like her story overall, but yeah, I'm not going to place her in the great tier. Roxanne, I'm going to put her under Claire. I like her design. I like the whole thought process that she's like this student. She's like a top student. And I'm just, yeah, I think she's a very good. I think I'm mainly basing this off of her design though. We don't really get too much information about her. So, but I don't like her nose pass. I think it's an interesting pick for her, but I mean, hey. We got Brawly. Brawly will go top of good. I like him. He just seems like a chill guy. He likes to work out. I like the fact that he wears like the foot shoes and the, I hope I show a photo of those because those are funny. And the it's like also mentioned that he's trained with other fighting type masters like Bruno before. It's just very cool. I really like the backstories of these characters, and I like that they put so much energy and so much effort into having backstories for these characters. Watson. I'm gonna put him bottom of great. I'll put him under Lieutenant Surge. Watson is great because, once again, of the lore surrounding him, and New Mauville and C Mauville, because there's like the whole like lore implication of him being, why do I keep saying lore implication? Jeez, stop. There's the whole idea or theory that he was involved with the deaths at C Mauville that happened and caused the spirit tomb to appear there. There's like, and he just seems like such a jolly guy. And I mean, hey, in the Pokemon World Tournament, he uses a Plusle and a Minun. I think that's like the first time that we ever see one singular person use both of them in this series. So I just like it. That's cool. Flannery. I'm gonna put her up here. Yeah. I like Flannery. I like Flannery a lot because she's the hot-headed new trainer at the Lava Ridge Gym. I like the theory that she and Kabu from the Galar region are related. I think that her character overall shows a lot of growth, like, because she's trying to be something she's not in the beginning of the games, and yeah, just very interesting. I like her character a lot. Norman, I'm gonna put him above Misty. I think out of all of the Hoenn gym leaders, he probably has the most lore with him, strictly because he's the player character's father. The two Slackings are diabolical in Red Ruby and Sapphire. I mean, they're easy to choose if you know they're coming, but hey, that first time you're playing against them, nah, they're difficult. That's hard. Next we got Winona. I think her Emerald team is really gonna save her. I'll put her, honestly, I'll put her above Giovanni. Maybe even above. No, I'll leave her above Giovanni. Her Emerald team was difficult. And her rematch team where she gets a Dragonite, dang, she's on some level with that. But yeah, overall, just really cool design. I like the lavender, the blue, very aesthetically pleasing colors. Next, we got the twin terrors, Tate and Liza, who I'm gonna put. They're interchangeable with this. I probably like Liza a little bit better, just because she's more defensive and Tate's more offensive. I think. Well, no, I think Liza's easier to beat because of the fact that she only has psychic type moves. So yeah, I think that this is pretty good. I like the fact that they are the first and only double battle that you can ever have in the Pokemon games in the form of like being a gym leader. Very interesting, very cool. We don't really have much lore beyond them though, other than the fact that they are psychics and they can float with their psychokinesis and all that stuff, and that's pretty neat. They're kind of like real life superheroes. They got that twin telepathy. Neat. Next we got Wallace. I like Wallace personally. I'll put him above Misty. I like the fact that he becomes champion in the Emerald games, like, not Lance. Our friend Steven Stone just kind of passes on the torch to him because he wants to be the final boss, just hanging out in Meteor Falls, you know, like some dude does. But he also just has it's cool that they gave him two separate teams too, a gym leader team and the champion team, instead of just like bumping up the levels. Like, it kind of showed that they put some thought into it, and I definitely think that in the Delta episode, they gave him a lot more lore too, being a Sutopian, one of the remaining Sutopians. I'm probably saying that all kind of wrong, but he's like a lore keeper. And it's just very, very cool, very interesting. Juan will go bottom of good. I don't think he's bad at all. I just think that he was redundant. Like, it wasn't necessary for him to come to the party, but he still showed up. He's also the second trainer on this list to use Kingdra as their ace. Completely different, because Claire uses it more offensively. He uses it as a defensive Pokemon with the Rest Talk sets. But overall, he's fine. He's not the best looking character, and I feel like he's trying to be the best looking character. But yeah, overall, he's chill. Now I'm gonna preface this because I got a soft spot in my soul for the Sinnoh gym leaders, so this is gonna be extremely biased. Rourke, he's going top of good. I think overall he is the fact that he's got a Cranidos, like with Mold Breaker, like so Pokemon can't use abilities. It's got like a super, super high attack stat. I just think that overall, very, very good first gym leader. The fact that he also has two other Pokemon, so he's got 3 different Pokemon to use against you. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I don't think we run into that yet with any of our others. I think maybe Roxanne and Emerald, maybe. Gardenia having, I think I'll put her under Rourke because she's not the most interesting character to look at. I think I like her little like shawl, like little vest thingy, but she's just not very impactful. I think she's probably the first gym leader to ever use like an actual Pokemon in her, like, that was a bad word choice, a starter Pokemon in her actual like gym battle. Looking through them right now just to fact check myself. Other than Lieutenant Surge using a Raichu, but I'm not counting that because Pikachu can't evolve in those games, so you know. But yeah, overall, just I think she's very good. I think her Roserade having Weather Ball in the rematch is very interesting, very cool. Maylene, I'm gonna put up in great, strictly because she's got a Lucario, and I love that. I love Lucario. I think I like her better than Tate and Liza. I will say, though, I don't believe that her team is a super hard battle, super hard threat, so, you know, maybe I'll put her under Tate and Liza. Before Giovanni, though, for sure. I like the fact that she's also a new gym leader. She's got the tape on her nose because that's like an anime trope where that means like they're new, they're upcoming, they're training, they're trying to get better. Very, very cool. Crusher Wake, I mean, I'm gonna put him I'll put him above Rourke because I feel like his team was very, very well built, especially in the like his initial battle. Not to mention, he's the only trainer I think I've ever seen that uses a Huntail. It's in his rematch teams, but still super, super cool because you don't ever see that from any other type of gym leader. But overall, his team was very, very well constructed with, you know, I'm gonna bump him up because he's a run killer and a Nuzlocke for sure. Yeah, right there. But yeah, like, because if you think about it, he's got Gyarados, who's 4 times weak to one of water types weaknesses, that being electricity, but then it also resists grass type, the other weakness. And then you have Quagsire, which is 4 times resistant, or it's actually immune, it's not even resistant, it's immune to electric type attacks, but then it is like 4 times weak to grass type. So like if you don't have either one of those, you might be in for a rough time. But then you also have Floatzel, super fast Pokemon, and it's got Ice Fang, so it can take out your grass type Pokemon. I just think that Crash Awake's team was very well designed. Fantina. Top of good. I love the fact that she's French. She's French. And we still have no record of her being ever in the Kalos region, which is the region based off of France. It's very cool because I kind of wonder, maybe she's French Canadian. Maybe she's from Quebec. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, overall her teams are very cool. I don't like that in the rematches, her ace is replaced with a Gengar. Because, at least at the Battleground, I don't know about her BDSP one. But in the Battleground, her ace is replaced from Miss Magius to a Gengar. And I'm like, we already have Agatha, Morty. Those are 2 other people who already use Gengars. And that's kind of annoying. So you might get that again when we get to Alistair. But Byron. I mean, based off of looks alone, I mean, he is someone's dad. So... no, I'll probably put him almost very bottom. I think from a looks point of view, probably up and amazing, personally. But just from like a battle point of view, I'm going to put him down in good. He doesn't offer too much. A lot of his team is actually 4 times weak to fighting types and fire types. Not fire types, but fighting types. And just overall, not the best design team, especially compared to like Crash Your Wake. Candace. I absolutely love Candace's design for really no reason, like at all. I just think that she was very well designed. I like the outfit. I like that she looks like a cowgirl, but she like lives up in the snowy region. Also don't know how she stays warm in this outfit, but besides the point, I really enjoy the fact that they remade her entire team. They brought her team from Brilliant Diamond, or no, Diamond and Pearl, and then they just made it like 10 times more difficult in Platinum. Like I had an entire series where I was going off of like the signature Pokemon, and it was strictly because of Candace. Because honestly, I'm a bumper up behind Morty because behind Morty. And honestly, I'm probably gonna bump Morty or Blue down because I really like Morty. But Candace, she was the they remade her team with the new Pokemon, and they gave her a new signature Pokemon being Frostlass in those games, and I think that fits way more than Abomasnow. I mean, Abomasnow is pretty chill though. But yeah, overall, I love Candace. Volkner is another really good character. I'll probably put him above Price, top of great tier. I love the fact that he's just brooding. He's just like, I hate my life. It's relatable. But he's also just very much like bored, you know, and a lot of us get that way. We get stagnant in life, and I just think that he's a very interesting character. He's also the first first electric type gym leader introduced, I believe, that is not directly related to like military or army. The first one, I think, because we've got, if you look at like Watson, his design involves like an army coat. I don't know. That's interesting to think about. But yeah, overall, I just think he's great. I like the lore with his friendship with Flint, and yeah. Okay, next we have the Strighton City Gym Leaders, who I'll probably place above Fantina. I'm probably going to place it... Chili is my favorite, just because I like the fiery personality. I think his design was the best. Then we have Silent and Cress. I think that their designs are just very bleh. Very whatever. I think it would have been really cool if they would have pulled like a Tate and Liza, where they made them into a triple battle. That way you could have battled all 3 of them at the same time, but we didn't get it, so, you know, that's fine. It is what it is. Next we have Lenora, and I really like Lenora. I'll probably put her there. And then I'm just gonna, sadly, Volkner did not maintain his spot at the top of Great very long. But I'm just gonna bump some people around just so it looks a bit more realistic. Not realistic, but yeah, Lenora was a very difficult challenge, especially if you don't have what is it, Pig Night or Soccer Throw for her fight, and you go into it, her gym maze is also just really confusing. I could not figure that out as a child, like, at all. But yeah, and then the fact that she's also like a historian and she gives up her title as a gym leader in the sequel games, that way she can continue on being a historian. Very cool, very interesting. Next we have our twink artist Berg, who I'm gonna put under Rourke but above Gardenia. He doesn't really offer much of a challenge in the form of his battle, and I don't think that his character character design is all that interesting, or does he really have much to offer throughout the game? I just think he's just kind of there. Like, he's the gym leader of the largest city in the Unova region, but he's just there, you know? Like, he's a artist, but he's not even a starving artist. He's just an artist. He's successful. So what does he have to work for? I mean, all of the characters that we have in the Unova games are very successful, so that shouldn't be a point against him, but you know what I mean. Next we have Elisa. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think she's great. I'll put her above Lenora. I think she's a great character. I love the redesign that they gave her. I think the Volt switching Emolgas and Zebstrika, very interesting way to battle. Overall, just great character, great design, love her. I wonder if she and Valerie know each other, because they're both models. Next we have Clay, and I'll put Clay, yeah, I'll put him there, just because we don't really get much lore with him, other than the fact that he's Lacey's dad in the Indigo Disc. And she actually uses the same Pokemon as him to like honor her father. That's pretty interesting, but overall we just don't have much to go off with him. I like the fact that he's a cowboy, and he's living in America. He's also a really successful businessman. I'm assuming with oil, just based off of what I know about cowboys. But yeah, overall just he's interesting. Looking at this, I'm gonna bump Silent and Cress down to bad. Probably worse than Faulkner. I just think that Chili did such a better thing. I think that Skyla is a knockoff Winona, personally. I think that they took the pilot, the flying type thing, and I don't think that they did it as good as they did it with Winona. Skyla is also cool because she's a pilot. I do like the design with the red hair and the blue. I just think that Winona did it so much better. I'm not going to say she's bad, because she's not. Like, I do like the design, I like her character. Her Pokemon are pretty good too. The 4x weakness with Swanna, though, is not the best thing, but I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some, you know. Bryson. I like him. He's pretty rad. He's not difficult at all. I'll put him under Crasher Weight because we got two fighters. He's a movie star. We got Bryson Man movies. He's also a martial artist. Like me, we talked about this. He's pretty cool. I like the fact that he wears like the gi top. He's got the exposed shoulder, very true, like in some kind of a movie. Okay. Next we got Drayden, and I like Drayden. Drayden is very good. He's the mayor of Usalipid. I cannot pronounce that city name, but he's the mayor of that city, and he's an enforcer. He's very intimidating, and I mean, hey, he's Drayden. Next we have Iris. I really like Iris. I'll put her actually right under Sabrina. Iris's lore is that she is from the city of Dragon. The village of Dragon, sorry. And we don't know where that is. It's believed to be Blackthorn City in the Johto region, but then it's also not stated. I feel like if it was Blackthorn City, they'd also just say it was Blackthorn City. But it's not. So Drayden actually brought her to the Unova region to train her, and then she goes on to become champion. I just think that progression, that story, it's very, very cool, very, very unique, and I like it. Next we have Charon, which is doing what Blue did, where he was a gym leader turned a rival turned gym leader. He never made it to champion though, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, in the initial Black and White games, Charon was very analytical, very on top of like knowing stuff. So I feel like him becoming a gym leader and a teacher works really, really well for him. I don't even know if you guys can see him because he might be behind my head, but he's there. Next we have Roxy, the first poison type gym leader since Janine and Koga. I don't care for her, if I'm being totally honest. I think I'll put her with the other two poison gym leaders. I think I like the idea with the ninjas better, but overall, I don't think that the poison and the rock really go good together. Like, I don't think that that's really great for like a storytelling sense. I don't quite get the connection there. There's probably a lore thing there somewhere, but She's got Pop Roxy, who wanted to become a movie star, but yeah, other than that, I just don't really care for her. Marlin, this is going to be very, very biased pick, but I love this dude. I think Marlin is very, very cool. I think that his design really, really cool, very detailed. Like the fact that he's like tan, and then you can see like with his feet and then his tan line that he's actually like very pretty pale. But just because he's out there swimming all day, every day, like he's tanned. We don't really have anything like environmental storytelling like that for a lot of these characters, but I think overall Marlin's a very cool character. I mean, just look at him. Look at this guy. He's pretty cool. I like his Pokemon too. He uses the fossil Caracosta, Mantine, Wailord, and Jellicent. I like that they gave Jellicent to another character as like the main Pokemon. Mainly because I feel like it was kind of wasted with Chantal, but hey, that's just me. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, questions about my opinions in the comments below. Let me know who your favorite gym leader is that we went over, and I will see you guys next week to continue on with this tier list. I will talk to you then. Bye!